I think we've definitely turned the corner in 1980, and we're on our way up, and I look for better things just to come.
Well, I think our offensive play has been a lot better. Our pitching staff has been great, and I got to give credit to Alfredo Griffin and Damaso Garcia for turning so many tough double plays, and just a new team.
We have good spirit, which we still have and have always had during the season. But
feel it in the air, like a circle growing. You can tune right into it if you know what you're looking for. Everybody's got the spirit. Yeah, you know what I mean. Working together, keeping it nice and easy. Keeping it free. Everybody got the spirit. Yeah, you know what I mean. Everybody got the spirit. Yeah, you know what I mean. Everybody got the spirit. Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's The Spirit, the story of the 1980 Toronto Blue Jays. Brought to you by the Labatt Brewing Company Limited.
Der Passballen Lied. Ventoso Vertoton, Rifisa Vertoton, Oracle in the Vicenton, Vorticola the Finitaton, the Fisela Varton, where the Fissin, Palavor, by Sigurd von the Ballon, the Famar, for the Petalosa, as of the Titi, Dolphin.
In 1980, the Toronto Blue Jays began their fourth season, and Blue Jay fans who have supported their team better than any expansion club was ever supported had cause for optimism. The team had a strong nucleus from '79, plus some new faces acquired during the winter. And on Toronto's opening day, the Jays were ready to show what they could do. As new manager Bobby Maddock looked on, 1979's Rookie of the Year, Alfredo Griffin, came to bat in the fourth inning against the Milwaukee Brewers and broke open a 4-2 ball game. Giving Toronto a 6-2 lead, Griffin was off and winging, and so was Blue Jay center fielder Rick Bossetti, who followed with a well-placed smash. The Blue Jays led 8-2, and before the day was over, they would rack up 11 runs on 12 hits. On his way to becoming the American League Pitcher of the Month, Dave Stieb threw a six-hitter, and Toronto won its fourth straight home opener. The Blue Jays were on the way to their best April in history, and rookie skipper Bobby Maddock was not surprised.
well, first of all, I think we came out of Florida in real good shape. We worked hard in the spring, and we were able to maybe get better physically conditioned than some of the other clubs.
Dan Ainge, although missing spring training because of basketball, pledged his future to the Blue Jays by signing a 3-year contract. Barry Bonnell, acquired in a trade from Atlanta, made himself right at home by leading the club in April with 11 RBIs, 4 of which came in Milwaukee on this 9th-inning grand slammer that broke up a scoreless tie and won the game. As the season moved into May, Toronto was in first place in the American League East. One reason for the success was Bobby Maddock's decision to get the powerful Otto Velez more playing time. On May 4th, Velez had a day that he and Toronto will never forget, as he tied a league record by belting 4 home runs in a doubleheader sweep against Cleveland. Smashing 3 homers in the opener, Velez started off with a first-inning grand slam. But the game's most dramatic blast came in the bottom of the 10th with the score tied. A solo shot that gave the Jays a 9-8 win. With 4 homers and 10 RBIs in one day, Otto Velez became the toast of Toronto.
That day I hit 4 home runs, you know, I never saw, you know, in 10 years I've been playing baseball, you know, the fan went crazy. And the 4th time I came to hit, and the second again, they gave me a standing ovation.
Another crowd pleaser was power source John Mayberry on his way to a standout season. In early May, Big John helped the Jays rattle off 6 straight victories, a club record, and Toronto found itself in first place with 15 wins against only 9 losses. The 1980 Blue Jays had something going, and Toronto fans were caught up in the winning spirit.
Well, I see a great enthusiasm. We're giving them something to cheer about. I mean, we're making plays. Our defense has been real good. And, of course, Otto Velez had that great day when we were at home when he hit 4 home runs that drove in 10 runs.
Nothing succeeds like success, especially for a young Blue Jay club still developing. The Toronto Uprising in 1980 sent shockwaves across the league, but the strongest effects were felt right at home.
Well, this year we didn't lose 100 games like we did the first 3 years of our expansion team history. I think we were established in the league.
That respect that we're starting to earn now is coming into the players themselves on our team, and we realize it. And I think that's why this year the guys are walking with their heads a little bit higher, because they respect themselves as much as I think we're starting to get from the
rise in 80 was the contributions made by the club's new additions. In late May, outfielder DH Otto Velez was joined by rookie outfielder DH Lloyd Moseby.
Well, I expect Lloyd to be probably one of the best players in baseball in a couple of years. He's got a lot to learn. He's a hard-working individual, and I like Lloyd a lot. And I think that if he just applies himself and just keep going and just try to hit the ball, he's going to hit with power, average, and got tremendous speed. And I think that one of these days he might even be in potential for probably a base-stealing crown. He's just got so much ability, and I want to see him do well.
A first-round draft choice in 1978, Moseby broke into the majors by going 5 for 9 in his first 2 games with 2 doubles and a homer. Not lacking in confidence, Moseby knows his potential.
Well, I think mainly I hit the outfield, but I hit the power also. I got pretty good speed, so I think that I can do it all in all fields.
Only 20 years old in his rookie season, Lloyd Moseby came on fast as a potential star. Versatile Barry Bonnell was another newcomer who made his presence felt. On his way to setting career highs in homers, RBIs, and runs scored, he also finished the year second on the club in game-winning RBIs. In the outfield, the graceful Bonnell added more strength by playing well at all 3 positions. After a good start in Syracuse, 25-year-old Garth Iorg got a chance to join the Jays in late May, and he made the most of it. Not only did Orge provide some timely hits, but he gave Toronto depth in the field by playing 7 different positions. And appearing in 80 games, the rookie utility man made only 3 errors. "23-year-old Damaso Garcia, acquired from the Yankees in the offseason, more than fulfilled his expectations as he batted .278 and set a Blue Jay rookie mark for doubles with 30. Easily one of the American League's top rookies, Garcia teamed with shortstop Alfredo Griffin to form the Dominican duo, a double play combination extraordinaire.
They both have great range. They both can make a routine play, which is very, very important in double plays. And Damaso can pivot as well as anybody in the league. He's got a great arm. And they're just sensational, and they're going to be better as they play together for some time.
With Griffin and Garcia leading the way, the Blue Jays topped the major leagues in double plays with 206. And overall, Toronto's defense greatly improved as the Blue Jays rose from 11th to 3rd in American League fielding. From a strong defense, Toronto's team earned run average was its lowest ever. And with more experienced hands on the mound, Blue Jay pitchers threw more shutouts than ever before. The ball was also turned over to a much stronger bullpen. Overall, in 1980, the Toronto Blue Jays pitching staff was greatly improved.
I think Steve and Clancy are 2 of the better young pitchers in the American League, and Jerry Garvin did a workmanlike job for us in the bullpen, and I have hopes of Joey McLaughlin coming through.
23-year-old Dave Steve won 12 games, pitched a club record 4 shutouts, including 1 stretch of 23 consecutive scoreless innings, and was the youngest pitcher named to the 1980 All-Star team.
Well, I just applied everything that was taught to me, and I learned a lot through experience, too. So I just owe it to a lot of hard work and determination and the chance that I got to apply it.
Quite a success story for a young man who just 2 years earlier was a minor league outfielder. Recovering from 2 operations the year before, Jim Clancy came back to lead the Blue Jays with 13 wins and finished among the league's top 10 in strikeouts, complete games, and earned run average. Clance was also named Toronto's Pitcher of the Year. The standard of Blue Jay pitching had been raised, and that applied to the bullpen as well.
Way to go. Great job. Attaboy. Nice job. Go ahead. Attaboy. Yeah, go ahead.
When Toronto needed help, Jerry Garvin came running. Garvin got the call, a Blue Jay record 61 times, and responded with a 2.29.
Well, I think my ERA, since it is a little lower this year than normal, I have to attribute it to the relieving job that I've done and just coming in short times, short innings, face 2 or 3 hitters or whatever, a couple innings. The hitters don't have the chance to time me as much as they did when I was starting.
Making the transition look easy, Garvin emerged as one of the league's best left-handed relievers. From the right-handed side, Joey McLaughlin relieved 45 times and in June alone made 11 appearances, compiling a 1.80 ERA with 2 wins and a save. As the Blue Jay pitching staff showed strong signs of coming together, spirits were raised even higher by the performances of newcomers like Jackson Todd, who came up in August and won 5 out of 7. And gaining a reputation as a Yankee killer in only his second year of professional baseball was 23-year-old Luis Leal. Louis defeated New York twice in 1980, beating Yankee ace Tommy John both times. In a year in which so many team records were set, Blue Jay fans got the spirit by continuing to pack the park. And pack the park they did in record fashion. Providing their own unique enthusiasm, more than 1,400,000 fans flocked to Exhibition Stadium in 1980, raising Toronto's 4-year attendance total to an expansion record of over 6 million. Turning out come what may, Toronto partisans never lost their perspective, even as the Blue Jays were hit by an aspect of the game which can really hurt a young ball club: injuries. In late June, hustling center fielder Rick Bossetti was lost for the season in what became one of many Blue Jay mishaps.
Bob Babcock hit me with a pitch and broke the ulna, the distal ulna, and they thought everything was all right. The x-rays appeared all right, and then it separated on its own. Evidently there was a non-union, and you couldn't tell, though, by any x-rays or by looking or anything. It was nobody's fault.
Other Blue Jay injuries included Otto Velez and Barry Bonnell. In all, 6 regulars were out of action 3 weeks or more. It seemed that bad luck was all over. Keeping their chins up despite the whims of fortune, Blue Jay fans recognize that baseball is full of ups and downs. But the summer game spirit is always in season in Toronto, and there's no better place to be than Exhibition Stadium. Baseball fever is catching at Exhibition Stadium, and it spreads all over the park. Everyone wants to get involved. In 1980, the Blue Jays had their strongest season ever when it came to swinging the bat. One reason was Al Woods, who in 1 year tripled his home run output from 5 to 15. Toronto combined for 126 homers, 26 more than in any previous season. And Woods, who had finished the year batting .300, was especially hot in July.
This is the second time in 3 months for Al Woods being named the player of the month. Woods narrowly defeated fellow outfielder Barry Bonnell. Alvis batted .353 with 5 homers, 12 runs batted in, and now finds himself among the American League leaders in average and slugging percentage. What has been the big turnaround for you up there at the plate? How come you're just knocking the cover off that ball the way you are right now?
Well, I guess playing every day, and everyone says I'm starting to get bigger, so I guess I'm getting stronger. But I think playing every day has been a big adjustment.
John Mayberry provided the Blue Jays' biggest bat, belting 30 homers and driving in 82 runs. Establishing club records in both departments, Big John was the winner of the Labatt's Blue Player of the Year Award. Alfredo Griffin had the team's longest hitting streak, 19 games, and also racked up a club-high 18 stolen bases. By finishing 1980 with 15 triples, Griffin not only broke his own club record, but also tied Willie Wilson for the league lead. In the last month of the season, the Blue Jays helped head off the pennant hopes of the Baltimore Orioles, a team they hadn't beaten all season. In one 4-game series, the Jays took 2 from the Orioles, and both were come-from-behind wins. The second win came in the 13th inning and was the 9th of 10 extra inning victories. It was also one of 19 wins in the Blue Jays' last at-bat. In all, the Blue Jays, who had never fared well down the stretch, won 13 games from September on, despite an 8-game losing streak. When the Blue Jays traveled to New York to close out their season with the Yankees, John Mayberry got in some parting shots. Mayberry, on a late season tear which included 10 home runs the last 5 weeks, hit homers in back-to-back games against New York. And almost unbelievably, 9 of his 30 homers for the year were against the Bronx Bombers. Blue Jays then went on to win their last 3 games of the season to finish the year with 67 victories. Modest perhaps, but 14 more than 1979. That serves as fair warning that the 1981 Toronto Blue Jays, with a winning spirit, are coming up.
I want the world to know, got to let it show. I'm coming up. I want the world to know, got to let it show. There's a new me coming out, and I just have to live, and I wanna give. I'm completely positive. I think this time around I am gonna do it like you never knew it. Oh, I'll make it through. The time has come for me to break out of the shell. I have to shout that I am coming out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I got to let it show. I'm coming. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I got to let it show. I'm coming. I'm coming out.
That's the Spirit has been brought to you by Labatt Brewing Company, Limited.
De promenade finns det 4 barnbås. Upp, upp, på, veilig, finns det upp, zweiten Bullen, Westerfort, dritten Bullen, Westerfort, vierten Bullen, ab, von Promenaden. Winterlos zu vierten, Westerfort, Wurm, die Promenade versenden, Screech, Westerfort, Promenaden, Belissa Forten, drum